Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Man DZ's Kanji Study Sessions. We got 12 new vocabulary words from the JLPT N1 list today, and as always, we'll be going over any new kanji we see with their readings, their meanings, and how to remember them based on the radicals that make up the kanji. We don't have any new kanji today, so most of these words, or all of these words I should say, will be kanji, new words with old kanji we've already learned in this series. So we'll go over the meanings of those two words and how they come together to make our new word, and we'll write those down 3 to 5 times. If you don't want to listen to me write things and say them out loud, head on over to YouTube and you can skip ahead to the word explanations. And if you just need these word lists, head on over to Google Drive. Our first listed word of the day is jiko. Ji on the left side for oneself, and ko on the right side, also for oneself, but can also be a snake or a serpent, as you can plainly see. Jiko is oneself, aka self or oneself. Jiko is oneself. The self, aka you, when referring to yourself. Jiko is oneself. Jiko is oneself. We know this word from probably a word that a lot of new Japanese learners learn, which is jiko shokai. Jiko shokai is a self introduction. A jiko part of that is the self part. Number 2 is unyo. Un on the left side is to carry, transport, or exercise, and yo on the right side is use. So this is to exercise the use of something. Unyo is to exercise use, aka the application, practical use, or operation and handling of something. Unyo. Unyo no un. Un really just means to carry, but it's used in the word for exercise. Undo was the first word I learned with this kanji in it, so exercise sticks in my mind. But unyo is advancing the use of or putting into use. Unyo desu. Unyo. Unyo is making use of. Unyo. Unyo is putting into use. Number 3 is kihin. Ki on the left side for spirit, air, or energy, and hin on the right side for articles or goods. So kihin itself is, I think it's an adjective. I think it's a not adjective. Nope, it's a noun. For elegance, refinement, and grace. Ki on the left side for spirited, and hin on the right side for article. A spirited article is one with elegance or refinement. To be able to get to that specific definition, we're going to have to be rote memorizing this, but it kind of makes sense at least. Kihin is an article or good with some energy about it. Kihin is elegance. Kihin, the article or good of energy. Kihin is elegance, refinement, or grace. Can also mean an aroma, but we're just going to remember elegance and refinement for now. Kihin is elegance itself. Number 4 is hanabanashi, with the kanji that pretty much means brilliant, gorgeous, or splendid. Hanabanashi is our new e adjective for brilliant, splendid, glorious, or spectacular. Hanabanashi is glorious, spectacular, or splendid. Hanabanashi. Hanabanashi. Splendid, glorious, spectacular. Hanabanashi. Hanabanashi desu. Number 5 is hongyo. Hon on the left side for true, and gyo on the right side for business. The main or principal or core business of something, like Staples sells paper and printers and everything, but it's also, I think it's mostly like a corporate supply paper kind of deal. So hongyo is the principal occupation or core business of some business. Hongyo is the principal, is someone's principal occupation or the core business of a business. Hongyo, the true business. Someone's true business or a business's true business. Hongyo desu. Hongyo is a core business or principal business. Number 6 is ara. Ara are the remaining parts of a fish after filleting, the remaining parts of rice after you've got all the parts that you want. It can also mean a flaw or a fault. If you're thinking about, parts that you can't eat being a flaw, then this makes sense. And if used as a prefix, ara nani nani nani, then it means rough. Ara is rough, or the flaws or faults of some specifically food thing that you're making, but specifically the bad parts of a fish after filleting, or the chaff of rice. Ara is rice chaff, the unused parts of a fish after filleting, flawed or rough. Ara desu. Number 7 is togu. From our kanji, from kenkyu, or research, kenkyu no ken is to sharpen, to hone, to wash rice. It can also mean to scour or to polish. And kenkyu makes sense because you're polishing your knowledge, you're polishing your research, you're polishing you're polishing up one's knowledge of the subject in the research. And togu is another way to use the kanji, which also means to sharpen or hone something. Togu is to sharpen or hone something. Togu is to sharpen or hone. Togu desu. Togu. Togu is to sharpen or hone. Togu desu. Number 8 is seishun. Se on the left side for blue or green, and shun on the right side for springtime itself, haru. Alternately pronounced shun, as in this word. This means youth or adolescent, as in one's green springtime, kind of the springtime of one's life, if you will. The green springs is youth or adolescent period, I believe. Seishun is youth or adolescent. Seishun desu. Seishun is youth or adolescent. The springtime on the right side and green on the left. Seishun is the green springtime of a life, aka youth. Seishun desu. Seishun is the green springtime of someone's life. Seishun desu. Number 9 is osamaru, our new intransitive verb for fitting into something, settling down into something, being delivered, or being satisfied. You get this general sense of things settling into something else. So osamaru is from our kanji for obtaining things. Osamaru, it has been obtained or already settled into obtainment. Osamaru is to fit into, settle down into, or be delivered. Osamaru. Osamaru is to settle down into, be delivered, or fitting into something. Osamaru. Osamaru desu. Osamaru. Number 10 is hishu. Hitsu on the left side for, I think, necessarily, invariably, or certainly, right? And shu on the right side for disciplining oneself, and often used in words pertaining to training. So hishu is required training, literally translated. But it means like a school subject. Hishu is required training, aka a required school subject. Hishu, our new noun for required learning. Hishu desu. Hishu is required learning or training. Hishu desu is required learning or training. Hishu. Hishu desu. Number 11 is unso, again with that kanji for transporting things, and so on the right side, which is another word for transporting or sending things. So unso is to transport and send things. Unso is our new noun for transport, freight, and shipping. Unso is transport, freight, or shipping something. Unso desu. Unso. It's transport, freight, or shipping. With two kanji that both kind of mean to transport. Unso. It's transport, freight, or shipping. Unso desu. And finally, number 12 is moshikuwa. It's kind of a conjunction. Moshikuwa means or otherwise, with moshi on the left side, meaning kind of perhaps. Moshikuwa, it's like perhaps thinking another way, is how I would literally translate this. Moshikuwa is or otherwise. Moshikuwa, our new conjunction. Moshikuwa kyuhi. だったかなもしくはIt's our new conjunction for or otherwise. Let's go back to the top. Make sure we put some good pins in our memory where all these memorizations are all eventually going to go. Make sure you're making flashcards of these and immersing yourself in Japanese. Our first word of the day is self or oneself with ji-ko. Ji on the left side for oneself and ko on the right side for either a serpent or oneself. Making use of or application is kind of advancing the use of or exercising the use of something with un-yo. Un on the left side for transportation, but also for advancing, and yo on the right side for utilization. Un-yo is the exercising the use of something, aka practical use. Elegance or refinement is kihin, or a product of energy. Kihin is elegance or refinement. Brilliant, splendid, or glorious is our new e adjective, hanabanashi. Hanabanashi is our new e adjective for glorious or splendid. A principal occupation or core business of a person or a business is its hongyo. Hon on the left side for true, and gyo on the right side for business. The parts of a fish that are not used for eating, the parts of rice that are not used for eating, the flaws of those things, aka the rough parts of them, is ara. It can be used as a prefix to describe something as rough. It can also be used as a noun, as a flaw or fault. To sharpen or to hone something can also mean washing rice or scouring something, is togu, with our kanji from kenkyu no ken, for polishing or sharpening. A youth or an adolescent, really youth or adolescent time of life. It's a noun, but I have a feeling it's probably used in other ways, is seishun. Se on the left side for blue or green, but is often used with words pertaining to youth, and shun on the right side for springtime. Seishun is the green springtime of someone's life. To fit into or to settle down into is osamaru, using our kanji for obtaining things. Osamaru is something that has been obtained, settled, fit into something else, or delivered. Osamaru. A required school subject or required learning or discipline is hishu. hitsu on the left side for invariable or certain, and shu on the right side for discipline. Transport, freight, and shipping is unso, again with un from before for transport, and so on the right side for sending. Unso is transport. Finally, otherwise is our new conjunction moshikuwa. Moshikuwa nani nani nani. Moshikuwa is our new conjunction. Thanks for watching today, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend, and I will see you all tomorrow, I hope. Thanks for watching. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Days seem sometimes as if they'll never end. Sun takes its heels to taunt you. Out of the sunlit days, one thing stays the same. Rises the moon. Days feed into a watercolor blur. Memories swim and haunt you. That look into the lake, shimmering like smoke, rises the moon. Oh, close your weary eyes. I promise you that soon the autumn comes to darken fading summer skies. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Days pull you down just like the sinking ship. Floating is getting harder, but tread the water, child, and know that meanwhile rises the moon. Days pull you up just like a daffodil, uprooted from its garden. They'll tell you what you owe, but no, even so rises the moon. You'll be visited by sleep. I promise you that soon the autumn comes to steal away each dream.